we've seen DGA almost exclusively play that spirit.
Okay.
Yeah. What did you think, by the way, of the previous game of the clockwork as a 3 position rather than as a 4? Because we've in Europe we only see it as a 4 nowadays.
Yeah. It was good fit in that draft because both Abed and Envy ate so much from the map. So even though clockwork scaled down as a core, your 2 actual cores like just took up most of the farm. So it was fine. Long Druid.
10 seconds remaining.
So I know we've been hating on Undying, but Undying has been rather impressive as a pushing / sustaining hero, and it feels like that's what TNC's going for with this opening pick, right?
Yeah.
You get the early Midas Radiance on Lone Druid, you put down the Tombstone, and you just go. We got the Weaver, TNC ban. I am surprised that Fnatic decided to take out Tinker themselves, because I feel like Tinker will be a very good tool against this bear push.
We have seen Abed's Tinker, and it's been absolutely phenomenal.
Yep.
It's one of his strongest heroes. And saying that of a mid player that is already very strong to begin with is definitely saying something. Means that they probably have something else in mind for him. I wouldn't mind seeing a Queen of Pain again. Although, you know, the game that Fnatic played with the Queen of Pain, it was very different from the Queen of Pains that I think we're used to seeing. Because of the rest of his team and because of obviously the Terrorblade as well, he just played a far more passive game on the Queen of Pain than is normal.
I think the word that it felt to me when I was watching the game was it was safe.
Yes.
It was a very low kill count game altogether, but he was still beyond godlike, right?
Yeah.
He just won for every single kill that was ultra safe, that he had no risk. There were a couple of times where he missed a kill because he missed an uphill attack. I think the young and old Abed would, or the older / younger Abed, that made no sense.
That made no sense.
You mean the DC Abed?
Yeah, the Abed of 2 years ago or 1 year ago would have blinked in for that kill and then died.
Okay,
I like this change from him a lot.
Yeah,
I was expecting more of like, because I think the DC Abed was under a lot of pressure to carry the game, make a lot of plays happen. This time he wasn't, and I like this more farm-oriented, safer Abed.
Ooh, we're gonna see a return of the Pilot Eye Warlock.
Yeah, that's been a while, and that also means that they are planning on team fighting. At least Fnatic might be.
Yep.
We'll be trying to do that around the ultimate, of course, which might be something that TNC can exploit. But that's at least a big change from what we saw previous game. And with the Undying also for TNC and the Lion there also, I would mention that they are also not opposed to fighting.
Yeah. This combination of support hero we've seen about a year ago was very potent. The Fatal Bond into Magnetize, it's very common where you have your 4 and 5 position do like 3,000 magic damage the first team fight in the game. So it's actually very, very strong. And you know you're going to get good bond targets because of the Lone Druid.
Yep.
Always having the bear in the front line.
Yeah, so what do you feel like they could add to their lineup? We first have Fnatic picking something, so they're probably going to select the Ohio hero, unless you say Earthshaker is the Ohio hero actually.
Ohio,
especially with the Warlock picked up, I guess, yeah. So we're looking for an Abed hero, or will they save that for last?
They generally do save it for last, so I think Envy's heroes.
That's Envy's hero, then his hero.
Yep. My concern for Fnatic currently is that their offlane looks very soft against the Lone Druid. I don't think anybody could lane against Lone Druid Undying Lion, right?
No.
TNC is likely not going to have a full dedicated trialing, but regardless, they might need to have, like, I don't know, Earth Spirit Earthshaker or Earthshaker Warlock together.
If it's one-on-one, if Earthshaker is versus Lone Druid, does he have a better chance?
No.
Okay, no, one-on-one is not great.
I mean, he gets some farm in the first couple minutes, but one spare hits 5, then...
I mean, Earthshaker can still block the wave.
Yeah, that's definitely true. That's definitely true.
So he'll get experience. He might not get the same amount of farm.
What do you guys think about the Lion pick? I'm not sure what he's here for, and I find this...
We haven't seen very much Lion. It is weird.
It feels like they have like this Undying that is probably the 4 position and Lone Druid core, and they're like, oh, wait a second, we need lockdown. And then they get Lion. And they also get a Queen of Pain for Cuckoo.
I mean, if you want lockdown, I think like Shadow Shaman is better because of the ult, but we'll see.
Maybe there's something that we're missing regarding that. Is it extra good against Warlock's ulti? No.
No. I guess it's a little more reliable than Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman, you gotta sit there and you gotta channel the shackles,
which can be very easily countered by both Earthshaker and Earth Spirit.
TNC's turn to ban.
Didn't Lion get some buffs? Got some talent changes.
He did. I think he has a very nice Finger of Death talent at 15, plus 200 magic damage. That's quite sizable if you're looking for single target burst.
There's
super long and pale.
10
Is that a
seconds
20?
remaining.
I'm not sure.
I don't think I've personally seen that one, but
5 seconds.
There's a Clockwork ban, by the way.
yeah.
We've got that coming out, and TNC has banned out Abed's Meepo. So,
And they pick up a Pit Lord.
yes. What's that about?
I mean, this is exactly what we thought of OG, right? Pit Lord, Undying, Bear in the front. They're going to run you over.
Yeah.
Is Fnatic ready? I feel like they are. Look at the AoE on their team.
10 seconds
I mean, in terms of
Fatal
high
bot.
ground defense, this is a scary team to go up against.
Yeah, well, I think they're both like...
5 seconds
TNC is very good at pushing, but Fnatic's also very good at defending. You got Call Down, Fatal Bond, Fissure, and Magnetize. That's not nothing.
No, and we haven't even seen Abed's hero, who can make it even more difficult for TNC to go high ground.
Remember when Fnatic banned Tinker? I'm like, this is where Tinker shines,
Yeah.
right? You just put March, you just get Aghanim Laser, the Bear, and you're like, okay, well...
That being said, if they left Tinker in, it probably would have been banned out by now, because
That's true, yeah.
TNC would probably have seen that too. But they go for the puck instead.
You may now select your heroes.
This is the classic team fight versus death ball.
Team fight versus Deathball.
Alright, whatever.
Who is
Oh, there it is.
victorious?
There we go.
You know, previous game for TNC, it was a very slow game, and I kind of feel like that didn't really favor them at all. But they still didn't push the tempo, and I feel like this might be a problem with this game as well. That they have the lineup to go fast, but they don't have the play style to go fast. I'm a little bit worried for them. I would go for Fnatic.
I feel like the Earthshaker lane is the one soft spot in Fnatic's draft, but they played so well last game that I think how will solve that problem for himself, and I'm gonna go with Fnatic here for the 2-0.
Really? So, I mean, TNC or Fnatic has really great team fight potential.
Yes.
But I think a lot of that is mitigated by the Pit Lord. I think TNC also has the option of just not taking fights. They can go late game. I think I favor their late game more than Fnatic.
Okay.
So ultimately, I think I'm going to go with TNC.
All right, 2 for 1. Is it going to be a 2-0 for Fnatic, or will we see a third game? Let's find out with ODPixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, GVS. Game 2 now. TNC versus Fnatic. Bit different drafts and a little bit of a switch around this time, Fnatic.
Yeah.
They're not going to be building Midases. Well, I say that. Well, I'm ready for the Gyro Midas. We'll see if it comes through from the boys. But TNC, they will be. They've got this sort of build, this way around the Lone Druid. These 4 heroes that go looking for a fight whilst they try and make space for Raven. And we'll see if it gives them a better shot this time round.
Oh, look at Envy.
Oh.
Why did Tim's delete me?
Oh.
Tim's removed Envy off his friends list.
Awkward. And it did not get responded to. Tim's ignores it.
Tim's just gave him an LOL.
Lol.
Ouch.
Wow.
Taking a look at the drafts in the panel.
That's how you start some anime stuff.
Yeah. The Fnatic draft is full team fight across the board. I'm really liking what they've got going here for them. Abed Puck versus that Queen of Pain. We've got that nice little matchup coming out. And they have to help, though. They have to make sure that this Undying, who I would imagine Undying would sit mid for the Queen of Pain to get that same kind of advantage that we saw that last time, just similar to what the Ogre did. That's probably the best thing that TNC's got going for them, as well as that matchup like I think Lumia was saying, that the Earthshaker is a bit of a weak laner, but I think just Fissure blocking the offlane is something that has been a little bit overlooked from a lot of teams. I think that's probably what we'll see him do. Or maybe he just actually makes his way toward the safe lane and Fnatic goes for some contesting. I don't think that they should really contest unless they want to make sure that the Undying has to stay bottom. Maybe that's the play that they want to do. Maybe we'll see. Ohio, he is going to go for that fissure block. And it looks like, yeah, Gyro is going to be playing around the bottom side with Pi. They still have TPs at the ready, so we'll see if they do decide to do those lane swaps.
Mid lane, 1437 going to be starting off, backing up Cuckoo. Yep. Sort of doing what Pi was doing for Abed in game 1. And looking to just secure this very strong start for the Queen of Pain.
Yeah. It is a puck this time, though. It's not a PL, so puck can still get last hits pretty nicely here, but eating a couple decays really starts that up. And yeah, they are going to go for that kind of aggro lane, and instantly the Lone Druid swaps it up. Instant TNC does not want to have this matchup happen.
Now the question is, will Fnatic copy this movement, or will they just accept it? We'll see. Stand up there for the time being. Underlord indeed tag teams, TP's down bot to deal with the tri lane, or at least this aggression between the Envy and Pyladiah. Tim's still hanging around for now. He's not actually left this bottom lane, so not entirely switching it up for now.
Yeah, they don't really have a great hero to lane versus the Lone Druid on the side of Fnatic. Lone Druid should have a pretty great time in this laning phase. And they've already triple range creeped up down bottom. So Fnatic wanting to put some pressure onto this Underlord. I mean, DJ, the roll connects. Trying to put some harassment out onto Cuckoo. And so far, Abed, 0 and 3. Unable to really get any last hits because of that pressure from the Undying, as we were mentioning.
There's his first one.
Bottom, Pi, getting a lot of right clicks here from Tims.
Let's got the Shadow Word here.
Yeah.
Enough to keep him alive, but yeah, Envy and Pi getting very aggressive down bottom. CS for Envy looking good as well. Just getting easy farm down bottom at Tims. Grabs the bounty, and TNC have interest in trying to make something happen down bottom. Both supports making the move in.
TNC got all 4 bounty runes there. The Lone Druid claimed 2 with his bear, while also farming the lane. And also Tims, as you mentioned, got the other 2.
Despite that move, it looks like they weren't able to catch TNC.
Cuckoo. DJ and Abed, they're trying to put some pressure back onto him, catch Abed back up, since wherever the Undying is pretty much the lane that becomes the most impossible. Just that super lane dominating hero. Ohio's still doing quite well in the top lane, though. 10 and 4 last hits found for himself. He's going to be going for that Soul Ring build as we have seen in the past. A little bit better now, too. DJ.
Oh, he's causing a lot of issues for Cuckoo.
Looking for the courier. Yeah, he is really putting a lot of pressure onto that Queen of Pain, letting Abed catch back up. But then, again, 1437 makes his way toward mid, and like I said, Undying, the king of lanes. And will do a lot of work there. But DJ is still in position here on the side.
There we go again, back forward. Looking for the trade, but DK's out. DJ and Abed cannot man up against these two. Impossible to do so. I mean, as you said, the fact that the CS is so good for a higher up top, doesn't that sort of surprise you in this Lone Druid lane? Shouldn't the Lone Druid be able to shut down the Shaker a little more in this 1v1 as it is?
Not till 5. I think Shaker does pretty decent. You can always just spam the enchant totem for the last hits with that high level aftershock. They get the fissure block onto Raven. DJ committing. Maybe they just try to kill the Spirit Bear here.
Bear is low.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going for. It's at 20 HP. Okay, they don't get the last hit, but they get experience.
Where's my pension?
And Raven will be fine.
They really want that last hit, though. That's unfortunate they didn't get it. That's DJ versus Raven. Raven's not quite level 5, though.
Down bottom. Hunting for Pi.
Pi is looking pretty dead here.
They don't land the stun. Well, it looks like it doesn't matter. Pi will go down. Envy. See if he can get something in return there. Did have a haste rune as he chased down towards the bottom. But it didn't quite have the damage. And will not get the kill. And in fact, he himself is in trouble. Sam H and Tims walking him down. Forcing him out of the lane.
Gyro's damage early on is already very low. And then into that high level atrophy, 2 levels of atrophy already, it is even more mitigated. Top lane. Raven has found that level 5. This is where Ohio's at a high risk of dying here. One root. So all Raven needs, the salve though, is putting him higher at the threshold. There's no root still. Raven can't catch up to him.
Ohio fine for now. 14:37. Giving a bit of a 1v1 to DJ. Now back towards the mid. Dagger connects on Abed. Again, a very slippery kill. For them to even try and attempt for him. Both mid laners doing well on CS. Just a little bit of an edge for the quad.
Tims is smoked up here this time around. They're looking to try to get some kind of pick off. Cuckoo commits. He's in a lot of trouble now, though.
DJ's there with the turnaround. That border smash sets up for glory as they take one kill, and they're going to get another as well. It's 2 kills in the mid lane. Tims as well in a bit of trouble. He's got to run. DJ jukes out the stun. I think they could chase this one down. They're going to be able to get all 3 out of this. The Hex is there to stop the roll. Tims 1 touch away from going down. Arbet continues to chase. Doesn't actually get it. So Tims will get out. Does cost DJ's life.
That's really big there for Abed, though. He was already struggling a little bit. He's caught up in last hits, and then getting that is just great for him. And Ohio top, level 6 now. Still keeping up with that lone druid. And now it becomes harder, though, as we mentioned. You know, the level 5 Spirit Bear with that root available is much more difficult.
Nearly has the Midas recipe as well. On the lone druid down bottom. Envy's farm still looking pretty good. Not being slowed down at all. Still able to hit the creeps in that aggressive lane that they were trying to pull off.
Ohio just spotted Tims actually putting down that ops ward in top. He was pinging it out right away. So that one will more than likely be dewarded instantly. So laning phase. Slight, tiny little lead coming out for TNC, but I think Fnatic should be quite happy with the way that it is going anyway. Since they are playing versus an Undying lineup, you always, if you're ahead in the early game, or even if you come out even in the early game, it's quite nice, and Ohio does get that D-ward.
Quick reactions from Arbed there.
Yep.
As soon as they're jumping, he's with the phase shift. Tim's trying to get the wraparound, can't close the gap, and again Arbed just drawing attention from 3 heroes, and those 3 heroes unable to do anything about the puck.
Do we have any ancient stacks coming out for Envy? We do have a triple ancient stack coming out from Fnatic to boost that gyrocopter's farm.
DJ getting found out.
Another D-ward comes out, but this time on the other side in pretty similar locations. Both teams. Ohio.
Has got his Midas.
Tims wants to make a play up here onto Ohio. Ohio has to be careful. The root comes out. They've got the Hex follow-up.
I don't know if he gets himself out of that one. Mid lane at the same time. Cuckoo's being jumped on. He'll jump away, but the Dream Core damage will take him. Back up top, Ohio cannot live through this. The stun connects. Ohio will go down.
So what DJ went? Okay, DJ went the 1-1-1 build, and they have coil. So that's pretty much the only way they can kill the Queen of Pain is with that first level geomagnetic grip.
Dire's top tower
But
is
nicely
under
executed
attack.
by Fnatic. They should be pretty happy, even though they're at a slight deficit.
The build as well for Envy, what's still maxing out the Rocket Barrage on the gyro.
I guess because he's versus a melee hero.
Yeah.
He wants to just be able to punish whenever the creep wave gets cleaned up. Makes a bit of sense here. He does have ancient stacks to boost him forward as well, as I was mentioning previously. And he's going to be going for that phase drum early game build as we saw previously from him. There's a big fan.
Oh, I switched it up.
Did he switch it?
The hood, it cools him.
Oh, the hood this time.
And this is, I mean, it is a very good game for the hood. I mean, as you said, the other game was as well, but this time, Envy feeling more so mid lane.
Mid. Sounds
Again,
comes out.
Between these 2 heroes, they've got very good control, and it's enough. Killing spree for Arbed, as he is starting to get a good old lead in that mid lane now.
Yeah.
Thanks to the fights that his team have been able to provide him there.
Him and DJ just finding the opportunities there. Very nicely done. How are the supports levels looking? So we've got level 5s on both supports in TNC, and Fnatic level 5 Warlock, and almost level 5 Earth Spirit, so fairly even.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So the hood of Envy, I guess he just really doesn't want to get bursted. And here the dive top for Ohio. Envy's here though with call down. Can he close the gap?
Oh, he's looking for Tims. Tims with a quick stun, holds back the gyro. He goes for the Hex as well, trying for the TP out, won't make it. Rocket Barrage. The maxed out Rocket Barrage doing it there.
Yep.
Does provide enough damage to take down Tims before he gets out to safety.
1437 walks up. He's a little bit afraid to walk into the bounty rune. He drops the tombstone on the high ground before walking in and then claims those 2 bounties on the top side. That was kind of funny just to see. There's no one there and he just threw the tombstone down for vision. DJ again, smoked up. There's coil ready. They're just looking to keep this pressure onto poor Cuckoo, who has really started to suffer. 2,500 net with Queen of Pain in comparison to the 4,000 on Abed.
Yeah, so many fantastic plays from Fnatic in that mid lane to offset the two.
Yeah. Tims is 6 now on the Lion, so they do have that finger burst. They can kill pretty much anybody if they find them. Abed could be the culprit here if Tims can close the gap for the Hex. He's walking in, he smoke breaks.
There it is. This should be a kill. It's an easy one. Sonic waving a finger from both sides to burst down Abed.
Tims gets the last hit. Would have been a little bit better if Cuckoo got it because he's had a bit of a deficit, but that's okay. DJ gets the catapult with that boulder smash.
Back down bottom, Envy. This is Raven.
I think Fnatic has to be pretty happy with all this, though. They have the heavy team fight lineup, even though they're playing versus a Lone Druid who they know is farming really heavily. They should have decent timing coming on the Shaker, and with Shaker, Earth Spirit on top of Warlock, they have so much damage coming in with those Fatal Bonds.
I'm just trying to do the best to harass the bear. In fact, Envy moves in on this one. He dives the tower. The stun comes through. They have got the Warlock ult, but Envy's deep. I don't know if he's getting out of this one. He's got the cooldown. He's manning up against Tims. He will claim the line kill. Actually, Envy survives. He gets away with diving in thanks to the fact that Pi had the rock ready to drop. And the bait pays off. They take the Lion. They force a reaction from TNC. And TNC cannot kill Envy. He gets out. He's picked up the hood.
Yeah, there's a lot of tank here now versus that Quappin Lion. Gyro not really the best strength gain whatsoever, so wanting to have that versus Lion makes a lot of sense. And it's Envy. Ohio looking for Sam H here. Might find it just a solo pickoff.
Oh.
Doesn't even need the Echo Slam.
Ohio.
That's without a ward or anything. They have the ward on the further right side, but he just walked in there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So into Pi. Healing up though. He's going to be fine. And Cuckoo's got to back away. Tombstone will drop. Fnatic simply walk away.
Radiant's bottom tower
Pi.
is under attack.
Should be fine.
Yeah, the heal is strong.
He's got Raindrop on top too. Warlock, one of the more durable Inti-heroes as well, with that very high starting strength as well as 2.8 strength gain per level. Abed has the Veil queued up, so on top of having that overwhelming team fight that Fnatic has, Veil is going to work really nicely with Gyro, with Shaker, with Earth Spirit. Very good Veil game in bottom. 1437 gets isolated. Easy pick off there for Envy and Ohio. Nice fissure coming out by the Earthshaker.
Yeah, putting Ohio closer and closer to his Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
Things are going to get scary there.
They got to keep that aggression up since they're playing versus a Lone Druid lineup. They know that the Lone Druid doesn't want to get involved in any fights. Tims walking into Abed and Pylai die. Tims.
Straight up. TP time. Out he goes. Tims. He makes it. Well, that's a dream call down. He takes it. Envy trying to get a look into the bounty rune of TNC. Quick salvage roll from Raven will make the space for himself to claim it. 3k gold. Getting closer and closer towards that relic.
Yep.
Abed now. Veil of Discord complete.
It's
Ready
really... It's big go time for Fnatic when they've got Ohio's Blink Dagger. Because in comparison to TNC doesn't really have that straight up initiator. They have a Lion who runs in. Same thing with the Undying. They don't have anyone who can just go in and start the fight. Now here, they're going for Abed. They've got the Stun. They've got the Hex. Do they have the damage?
I don't know if they do. They absolutely do not. Now Tims is in trouble. Rolling for DJ. Tims is down. They'll be able to farm up the Tombstone as well, and also may even just get the Undying as 1437. He's on the retreat, pops the stick charges. Fnatic continue to chase. Gets the two-man decay, but the Boulder Smash and the Orb flies through as Fnatic take 2.
Envy top, trying to push off this tower from the Lone Druid. Might be able to claim the bear here.
Oh,
he actually gets it.
300 gold.
He's rich. He's got the drum finish now.
Starting to get quickly out of hand here for TNC this game.
Dire's top tower has been
On the net worth, sure, the Lone Druid's at the top, but straight behind him, Puck and Jaro. Sitting at 6.5k, a clear bit ahead of the others.
Yeah, and DJ's having an excellent game on the Earth Spirit. Already level 8 with Arcane Boots on top. So he's always going to be able to get his spells out. And yeah, with Veil finished up, with Blink about to be done on the Shaker too. This is go time here for Fnatic. They got to keep pressing the issue versus this Lone Druid.
They really do, but at the same time, they do have ways to get the backline of the side of TNC and get on top of the Lone Druid, especially now with that Blink Dagger. It is there on a higher. Does have Echo Slam.
They're having a very solid early game. 10-4. They've got those ancient stacks, as previously mentioned, for Envy. 2 double stack on the left side and a triple stack on the right side. So he will be able to, more than likely, I think that they're waiting for the Puck Blink Dagger, and then they're going to make moves to try to take some towers, get some more map control so they can pressure TNC a bit more. They've got the heavy 5-man. I wouldn't see why not.
How's Envy doing after the hood?
Drums, 900 gold. Pretty high level as well, almost level 12. Not the highest level in the game. Ohio and Lone Druid are, but he was also positioned in a dual lane. So Puck Blink delivered. Earthshaker Blink delivered as well. They can definitely go for some kind of plays here. Pi does not have a smoke. Does anyone actually on Fnatic? Yeah, they do. They have a smoke on DJ. Mech finished up for Sam H, so they've got a little bit of ways to counteract the damage from Fnatic, but Fnatic has such an overwhelming amount of teamfight, as we've mentioned several times, that don't know if that one team is going to be enough to save them if all Fnatic is grouped up. But TNC, just farming up. They're waiting for that Radiant Spare, who's about to have it, about 100 gold away. And now Fnatic, they will smoke up. They will look to try to claim a tower, get a kill into a tower. The absolute dream for them.
Let's see if TNC are ready for this one there. So if they're around the Roche, they could try for Roshan. Looks like that's going to be the call. Into the pit they go.
Okay. They don't have the greatest Roche.
No.
They don't have high physical. They don't have the medallion either, but this is pretty unexpected. I don't think that TNC is going to think something like this is going on for this lineup here. So they're playing it very safe.
Radiance is complete on the bear. That may cause some issue for the Blink Daggers that Fnatic have. As you say, Fnatic's in the pit. No contest at all from TNC. Easy Aegis for Envy.
They could fight this bottom easily for Fnatic, but Earthshaker is spotted out here.
He's TP'd in a bit of an awkward place. I mean, he's stuck. He's hacked. There is going to be the chaotic offering coming out. They're buying time for Ohio to get off the Echo Slam onto the Underlord. Jump forward onto the backlines, Arbet. Getting himself through with the Orb. They're still alive for now. Now with the finger, Arbet in a bit of trouble. He's getting bursted down. The decay, bringing the Puck very, very low. The phase shift will keep him alive. He tries to Orb out, but he is down. TNC.
DJ with the big magnetize here connecting, but no other follow-up since Ohio.
They're going to get everyone else out by the looks of it. It looks like Tim's will pay the price as DJ does hunt him down. Fantastic corner smash will catch him.
The re-engagement from Sam H with the Rift. They're looking for Envy.
Yeah, it's got the Aegis. But a very, very awkward way for that to start really for Fnatic. That sort of TP into the trees by Ohio, meaning that the Shaker just couldn't really get any sort of big playoff with the Blink Dagger. He was just instantly targeted, and I mean, he got a solo Echo Slam out. That was pretty much it. A bit of a whiff there from Ohio.
Yeah, they had to use the rock in order to save him, so we're going to see this one again. So
and he's just stuck.
He's trapped. His fissure actually gets him stuck in that position, so he can't move. He's also just surrounded by all the heroes of TNC. And the rock comes out, connects with Fatal Bonds on most of the heroes, but then we see in the back lines, Abed tries to jump in, doesn't get the greatest thing. He gets instantly locked down from Tim, so he has to kind of panic, use the coil and the silence. Does end up surviving, though, for quite a while. And then DJ in the back lines, able to get that pretty nice magnetized, but it's not in unison. They kind of all walked in one by one and used their spells, and it ended up being a bit TNC favored because of that. With it only being a 1k gold advantage for Fnatic, and they didn't even use their Aegis. Envy still has it, and he's going for the SNY build now on top. Just getting as stat heavy as possible versus this Queen of Pain Lion.
The Lone Druid definitely an issue though. The way that he was able to pick up the involvement in those kills. Stay as far ahead as he is and continue to make that gap even bigger as they take tower after tower. Tier 1 down in the mid lane. TNC getting the objectives, and the Lone Druid game looking pretty damn strong.
Same H is going for full auras as we've been seeing pretty much always on Underlord. Just mech, pipe, maybe a Crimson Guard too.
Radiant's bottom tower has been
TNC will find a deny down bottom, and
Fnatic's walking through vision. TNC's set up here, at least with 2 heroes.
yeah, Haya's poised as if he wants to make a jump, but as you say, TNC are going to be ready for this one. Quick blink away from Ohio. The pit's still out, does clip onto Arbed. Arbed will be fine. They've got to be careful, Fnatic. TNC are ready for these sort of plays.
Ooh, that's a nice Warlock talent at level 10. Plus 5% Fatal Bonds damage. 30% shared damage now. And they've really good heroes to work with that, since they're all AoE teamfight. TNC now, and we'll be able to claim another tier 1 quickly in succession with that Spirit Bear.
Jump forward from Arbed.
Radiant's top tower is
But
under
as you say, they're unable to defend these towers, Fnatic. TNC are getting a lot now. They're closing the gap. It's less than a 1k lead for Fnatic. The lead that they had is falling away.
Yeah, they've got DJ with a Blink Dagger though at a very early pace. But the Lone Druid is starting to be a problem. He is getting incredibly farmed here.
Yes.
Level 15 now in Envy. He's got this extra flat cannon attacks.
Soon to farm Ancients now. There is that triple stack as we mentioned several times. Top. DJ looks for the solo pickup, and Ohio actually secures it with a fissure.
From those Ancients for Envy. And by the Shrine as well. Easy farm for this Jaren.
9 flags.
That'll probably put him on about the same as we're seeing on the Lone Druid.
Yep. They're not going to be able to use their Aegis, though. It seems it's going to be getting reclaimed in about 13 seconds. So just a farming Aegis. I think that we kind of expected that, though, with the way that the pace of the game from last game and from this one.
Yeah, all about the farm. There might not be Midases this time around. Well, there is actually, sorry, on the Lone Druid, of course. But for Envy, at least, a little bit different with the Jara just focusing the Ancients. And still certainly getting a respectable rate of farm. He's up there at the top, on par with the Lone Druid.
But I have to keep the Ancient stacks going, because they are playing I mean, you could say like a single core gyro game versus the Lone Druid Queen of Pain, who can scale pretty hard. So I do think they really need to emphasize just making sure that Envy becomes that absolutely massive core. He's farming under a ward here. He's got Flak up in about 8 more seconds, but we'll be able to clear out this Ancient. Will TNC make a play? They don't really look like they want to. But more aggressive wards will be placed as they push in these top lanes. 1, 4, 3, 7. Placing one down. And Envy. Getting closer and closer to that BKB, where he will start to feel much safer, so he can actually just run in and allow his Earth Spirit and Shaker to get better initiations. Because, you know, we mentioned that a lot of times is the, you don't really want to just like blink in and start a fight as like an Earth Shaker or Earth Spirit. One of them can, but if you can have a BKB Gyro walk in and give you the vision for your setups, it's just a lot more beneficial. So soon to have that one finished up. Abed has the Yule stun.
Yeah, they did catch out the call out the Quap on their own. Arbed and a higher.
Oh yeah.
But didn't put a stop to TNC's pressure up top. as they were able to still get away with that tier 2 tower. More money in the bank for Raven as he picks up that Hyperstone for the bear. This is looking like a very scary lone druid. And thinking back as well, I've definitely seen a lot of games where Raven's played a very, very terrifying lone druid.
Yeah, he's at the. I mean, they have to. They need him to really be that big monster this game. He's almost got the AC finished up. I mean, TeamSpeak died apparently for Envy and the Fnatic boys.
Pie's gone. He's off. He's done. But 40-6. I mean, it does say that there is a 3k lead for Fnatic, but I think overall the fact that TNC are getting so much done is scary for Fnatic's lineup. I mean, they're pushing these lanes, these pushing towers around the lone druid bear.
It's a bit fearsome though.
It's hard
with
to
that,
stop.
they can keep killing killing Cuckoo like this. Like the Ohio Shadow Blade is going to make it easier and easier for them to get those pickoffs as well with Abed onto that Queen of Pain. So Queen of Pain really needs, Cuckoo really needs that BKB. And TNC's not really, like the same thing is kind of happening where they don't really have that initiator. While on the other side, Fnatic has 2 different ways to start the fight with the Earth Spirit and Earthshaker. So there is still that little bit of concern here. And with the fact that Envy is keeping at pace with the lone druid, I think Fnatic should be pretty satisfied here. Just wanting to get a little bit more map control. They can't really get any deep aggressive wards down since that they're mostly playing on their side of the map.
I mean, if this does go late and it continues to be the farm game, is there clear winners you feel in terms of the cores? It's like the lone druid versus the Gyro, who's
Undying
does be a big late game threat.
Undying starts to kind of fall off, and I feel like with Fatal Bonds, just with the over-glaring team fight that Fnatic has,
Yeah, Fatal Bonds and Flak is...
it can be really a big problem here. The thing is that, you know, it's really hard to factor in like how much Underlord can really do because of that damage mitigation, and he's got everything that he needs already. Mech Pipe. So I think it's all really depending on a lot in like the vision game, and if Tim's with like the Blink Dagger, if they can catch the puck and just burst him before he gets any spells off, will be big. But I think Abed, I think Gyro and Puck, on top of all that Fatal Bonds, they should be able to keep up at a decent pace versus TNC.
And once again, sorry for this pause, ladies and gentlemen. I've got a brief issue.
TeamSpeak dying.
Pie died. Yeah, it said TeamSpeak died, then Pie disappeared. What's going on? Where's Pie at?
Maybe TS means something else.
TS. What's Pie's real name? It's not. Could it be his initial?
No, it's
Nah,
no.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's Johan, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, he generally does mean TeamSpeak. But Pie dies back. Oh, 1 sec.
1 second.
Give me 1 second.
TS too. I guess
Oh.
he may have crashed as well on top. So.
Okay.
So Abed gonna be going for the Lincoln's next, so he doesn't get insta-disabled from that Lion. And Ohio's queued up the BKB on the Shaker. So yeah, Fnatic just going for more and more team fight. And
Come on, Pie. Sort out your TeamSpeak, son. He said 1 second. It's been more than 1 second. We're getting there.
how you doing, man?
I'm good.
Yeah. We got 20 kills, 24 minutes. I think yesterday we had a 57 kill game in 24 minutes.
Something like that.
So we got a big difference of playstyle coming out here from the SEA region.
And this game, a little bit more high-paced in game 1, though.
Slightly.
Slightly. Actually, it's probably about the same, isn't it?
It's pretty similar. There's no Midas Terrorblade though.
Well, just a Midas lone druid, but to be fair to Raven, he's been doing a lot. He's pretty proactive with the farming, as we've seen with the pushing. It's not.
Has it kind of picked off?
Himself. He has. No, it's 1-0-2 at the moment on lone druid.
Let's look at the scores. Cuckoo's 1-5. Cuckoo's really struggling this game. Those rotations coming out from DJ, really punishing him.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And now Ravens has weight. Fnatic was ready, but now TNC's not.
And then he says, "Wyatt."
We at?
We at, bruh.
What's in his name afterwards too?
Oh, he's always had that. I can't remember. what it
All of
means.
TNC has.
Oh, there is, no, it's the
It's
sponsor.
the sponsor, huh?
It's the sponsor. Yeah.
What sponsor is that?
Oh, I can't remember. Someone told me. I think. Oh, I actually can't remember.
Let's
at all.
look it up.
I can't remember what
TNC sponsors.
I don't know if that's gonna work.
What do you mean it's not gonna work? Everything
They're gonna work. This is true. If it's not
I
Aces,
think that does.
Hyperx,
I think
Monster,
that
don't
does
care.
stand for Aces.
I don't care, folks, about these other sponsors. They can stay written in foreign languages, as I didn't wish not to read them. It's not Monster, it's not Aces, it's not HyperX. An ROG. 14-6. 3k lead for Fnatic. The bear is big.
Envy gonna continue that farm. Double stacked Ancients. Flat cannon at the ready. Oh, look at this beautiful. Oh.
Jaren is Ancients
He's having a great
versus
time.
the bear in a golden glove. Who wins?
Gyro Ancients.
You think?
Yeah.
You think Fnatic's in the better position? With the Jara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're looking good. They got a lot of disable for Queen of Pain too, and Cuckoo is long ways away from the BKB. So I think every time Echo Slam is up, I think Fnatic can look to take fights, and Rush is going to be spawning. We'll find out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End the delay. 1 minute 40 seconds. TNC grouping up. You gotta watch out though. Don't think they can really group up and push as 5 versus this Fnatic lineup. They can really suffer versus all that burst. Sam H has Guarding Greaves finished up on top now too. They gotta, and yeah, as our beautiful Ops is pointing out, there's that Shadow Blade on the Earthshaker, so sentries are needed. And that's gonna limit, I think that'll limit TNC a bit too. 1437 will never really get item scaling because he has to keep buying Reveal to watch out for that Shaker rotation. Cuckoo. Looks he wants to go for bottling a rune here. He is farming. Ohio's got him spotted.
Oh,
the solo pick up
there's
here.
the combo. Is it
Doesn't have
enough?
the damage.
Oh no!
Nope.
Oh.
Bottom though. Looks like a fight might be breaking out here. Fatal Bonds, but Envy gets feared into the pit, and the fight is over. Abed looking for something happening mid. Nope, he's just clearing creep waves.
He's got to suck for a higher. Getting so close, so far with the combo.
Old Shaker would have had that.
That is true.
If it was a solo hero.
That is true. He would have.
Abed scouting out the Roche pit. I think that's probably the most important thing that will be coming out next for Fnatic to continue the lead. And here they go. They continue just farming up. Envy, with that massive AoE of Flat Cannon, can just accelerate himself just a tiny bit faster than that Lone Druid.
Pi has the rock ready. They do have everything other than the Echo Slam up and good to go.
Yeah, they're still great and great to be able to fight here. Looks like they might want to actually just make a play anyway. There's a smoke on DJ. They are checking to see if there's wards there. There's no wards. But TNC, they do ping it out. They did have that one ward on the side there that did scout out that smoke. But Fnatic, they're still looking for something. Look at the initiation from DJ.
Oh, he's found it. He's straight in, and with the chaotic offering to follow up. No chance for the Underlord. Envy pops the BKB there, wanting to get more. He's going to rely on DJ finding the heroes. He's got the eyes on the Lone Druid, and they have indeed. TP is cancelled. Raven is down, and Ohio also manages to catch 1437 on the retreat.
I think that's the scary thing. You know, you're playing versus this enormous AoE lineup. There's
a lot of team fight.
There's just no way for them to really take those 5-on-5 fights, especially until Cuckoo has BKB. Cuckoo getting stalked by Abed, but he's got Arcane Rune. Quick blinks away, but Ohio, he's looking for the collapse here. He Shadow Bladed up. Will they be able to find Cuckoo here? Just TP out. That was a bit scary for him here. He's set up bottom now. Envy and Pi. Have to be careful. Here we see that replay. A beautiful initiation by Tims. Gets the 3-man silence, and then from there, everybody else just jumps in and uses all their ultimates. And there's no way the TNC can take this fight without their Queen of Pain there.
Absolutely not. They need that burst, otherwise they just don't have the damage.
They don't have the waste at all. They just don't have the waste to start the fight in comparison. Now they have Lion Blink Dagger, sure, but it's not the same in comparison. Lion Blink, it's not an Earthshaker, it's not an Earth Spirit. Your spells are a lot harder to land. You're not really a big team fighter. You're just this kind of like single controller. Sure, Earthspike is AoE, but it's not something like a Fissure. It's much tinier. It's much harder to execute that. And Envy will almost have that Eye of Scotty finished up, so he's going to be more. He's just building for that tank, as we mentioned. He wants to be able to just absorb that Finger of Death as well as the Queen of Pain ultimate.
With the time though, Raven continues to get more space. He has the assault cuirass complete.
Yep.
And they're looking to try and fight and maybe even get Raven involved himself as well.
They don't have any vision at the moment now, and Ohio breaks the smoke right away. Envy throws a rocket. He's finding 1437, but they don't want to take a fight just yet. They want to be able to get a cleaner initiation. Does Kuku have BKB yet? Kuku almost has the BKB, so that'll be when TNC feels a little bit more comfortable to actually take a head-on engagement. But they're starting to fall further and further behind.
Well, it's getting a little scary now for TNC. They have to find some sort of big trade, a big sort of fight. It's only going to get harder.
I feel like I've seen Envy in this position. If we had like a heat map of Envy, I think it's pretty much been inside of this triangle.
Yeah,
he's
the
got
most efficient place.
Yep, he's got 314 last hits. I'm pretty sure 70% of those are the creeps that are from that area.
Where's my pension?
Kuku keeping up nicely in levels, at least on the Queen of Pain. BKB is finished now, level 20, highest level in the game with Envy. He has been isolated quite a bit though. He's just been playing by himself for the last like 10 to 12 minutes while his team runs around together. So it does make a bit of sense. Roche is up. Aegis Cheese at the ready. The only way that TNC can really win a head-on engagement is if they have the vision advantage. Just get that catch on either of those two initiators. But Ohio will almost have BKB, and so will DJ, actually. DJ is about to have his finished up on that Earth Spirit, if he chooses to buy that. They're looking for the bear. They're chain stunning it up.
Have they got the damage?
Silence as well. They don't have Envy there. They don't have the physical.
One bear's fine for now. Get this out. Level 20 on the puck. Lincoln's as well complete, so should have a much easier time jumping into the fight without worrying about the lion.
TNC, they have placed a ward down in the same place again on that shrine. So they're going to watch when Fnatic makes those moves toward the top lane. Also probably getting ready to prepare for that Roche engagement that will happen inevitably. So it is going to be the BKB on the Earth Spirit. He wants to just be able to, he wants to secure that he can get all his spells off in the fights. Fnatic all grouped up. They are under a ward. Smoke comes out. It is spotted by TNC.
Let's see how TNC react. They want to try and take the fight.
Looks like they do. They're setting themselves up on the high ground.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant scan comes out. It clips something here, but Fnatic are going for the wraparound play. They do seem to know where TNC is positioned. They throw the ward down from Pi. This orb scouts out as well. They see Sam H in 1437. Uh-oh, TNC.
There's the boulder smash indeed. Catching off two. In with the Echo Slam. Dream Coil as well. Counting offering to follow through from Pi. And already that's one down. The Undying's gone. Envy does get bursted in response though. They've lost their gyrocopter. And off the back of that, TNC, they're more than happy to fight with no gyro to worry about. A lot of the damage output is gone from Fnatic. And TNC, they take down a couple of kills. They get the Golem as well. Envy just got absolutely burst. Did he not get the BKB off? Or
he didn't click BKB, no.
He actually didn't press BKB?
He got hex stunned and just completely exploded by the Lion as well as the Queen of Pain. Ohio finds Tims.
That's something at least, but losing Envy like that.
Looked like that fight was going to be absolutely dominant for Fnatic.
He didn't press his BKB. Did he what?
I think he got hexed. I think he got hexed.
He must have done
it. But he got the call done off though. So a little bit bizarre to see him not get his Magic Community off.
Let's have a look at it again.
He's on the low ground here.
So he goes up.
He just doesn't use it.
He gets instantly hexed.
Yeah, he hesitated on it very long time though, and then just gets bursted.
Oh, massive kill for TNC to find. Getting Envy like that at the start of the fight. But I'm sure he will have learned from his mistakes and will be keen to pop in the BKB a little more preemptively next time.
Yeah, especially when walking up into the high ground.
Yeah, he can't leave it late. Level 20 on Ohio as well. That's very nice levels on the Shaker. That extra official range. Echo Slam back up in 15 seconds.
It's a pretty big fight though for TNC. When Fnatic got all the vision advantage and they got the jump. Pretty surprising to see how it goes. Ohio, they're scouting out 1437. They know that the smoke is coming out from TNC.
Let's see what they can do. this rune as well. Cuckoo. Let's get the Sonic Wave back in 15 seconds. TNC getting the push together. See what Fnatic can do to hold this one back. So they'll have to let the Tier 2 go for least. That's one extra tower down for TNC. Envy. Toying with the idea of chasing that. Can't quite do so with Cuckoo off the map. Still a little bit spooky for Fnatic.
Underlord is getting insanely tanky. Level 20, that 30 HP regen, going for the Crimson Guard next on top of that Blade Mail. 81 HP per second now on that man. Fnatic, they're ready to fight though. Smoked up again. This time, don't believe the TNC had the vision for it. And they still have that ward down. They see 1437 here. Ohio wants to make the move forward. They want to get a big jump here. They see Sam H now. He's a very tanky target, but they want to go for him anyway.
They're going to try it, yep. Straight in they go with the Fisher and the Rocket Barrage, Echo Slam, everything. Throwing it onto that man, and oh, he gets the 3 on the Dream Coil. Abed will be fine with the Lincoln Sphere. Eternal Envy moving forward with that cooldown, and they should be able to find 1437. They do.
And they get the bear kill too.
And the Tombstone.
Roche at the ready. Are they going to try to commit for that here?
They'll certainly want to with 2 men down on TNC, Envy, and the team. Into the pit. That was the fight that they were looking for. I mean, still, it's not the biggest, but it's getting 2 kills. It's getting out, keeping everyone alive, and getting the space for Roshan. TNC will not be able to head over there in time.
DJ just keeps using the rolling boulder through that Roche. Getting a little bit more damage burst. The scan comes out. They see that TNC wants to take the fight here.
Wow, but the Roche is already gone. The Aegis is in them as well, and Fnatic, they'll take this fight. Envy, ready with the chase down, looks towards Timms, gets the Lion kill. DJ posts the BKB, turns with the 2-man boulder smash into the Dream Coil. He's sending for Envy to wrap back around, get Raven, that's Lone Druid down. They're looking to jump forward and get the Quap as well, and they will. DJ with the catch, and Arbed with the further setup. Yules into boulder smash. Beautiful plays from Arbed and DJ as they just set up kill after kill, and now suddenly a 10k gold lead for Fnatic.
I'm surprised TNC went for that. Without their Underlord up, he's all their auras. He's their big team fight going for them. They just get absolutely decimated. No Queen of Pain buyback 64, no Lone Druid buyback for 50. Fnatic might just look to claim a Rax off of this. You see the replay again. Timms gets a decent connection on 2-man stun. Pi, though, survives, and from there, either way, just the overall lockdown from the rest of the team.
And here's the high ground push. Sam H has come forward on the front. Echo Slam being used, trying to hold him down in place, and it will be enough. Sam H falling low. Is he going to get out of this one? No, he's not. He's down. Sam H is gone. And with 4 heroes still out on TNC, Fnatic, they should get at least a tier 3 tower. Fortification comes through, but they are not going anywhere, Fnatic.
So much team fight from Fnatic, as we said multiple times. Taking a head-on fight versus their draft is just...
Oh, they're just diving in and grabbing heroes as they come forward. Timms. They've just got to be so careful how they come forward to defend this 1-by-1 TNC.
It's already a 15k advantage now.
Look at that drop off on the graph, just straight down.
Look at the experience, dude. The experience gap is absurd. 30,000 lead for Fnatic. DJ level 22.
Boy. And another tower. Tower after tower. Fnatic now with this momentum. Suddenly, it's just a question of how can TNC stop this sort of lead that Fnatic have just managed to pick up after a series of very good events.
Don't really see a great way for them. They've got, I mean, Lion and Undying, these 2 heroes, they're not really great team fighters. And the further and further the game gets, the more and more Undying just starts to look more and more more and more useless, to be honest, as the game progresses. It's just super hard to play that hero when you start to lose the mid-game fights. And now it's getting toward that late-game status. A lot of the pressure on Cuckoo and Raven to really be able to carry here. But Fnatic just absolutely massive now. getting some further item pickups. Ohio's going to have Aghanims in the second on that Earthshaker. Same thing for DJ. Aghanims on Earth Spirit.
Regeneration.
And now they even have Highlight Die is level 22.
Yeah.
So he's got even if they kill the Warlock, he drops that secondary Golem. And I mean I really like that the talents that Warlock has now. The level 10 talent is very nice. That 5% bonus Fatal Bonds is so much to work with for Fnatic's lineup.
It's getting crazy. Ags for Ohio. Ready to jump.
My favorite item in the game.
Ready to pump.
You can just hop around. Abed, level 25, 420 GPM kicks in. The Dagon start. Being pumped out. Level 4 Dagon now finished up.
Already.
That can pretty much just take out Tim's instantly if he finds him.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
They're losing Shrines. And TNC, I think they are just relying on the high ground defense at this stage. They know it's very hard to take a fight.
I love when I see people use it when it's like you don't even have to do that. You can just self-cast it and you can totem, but no. It's all about the style with the Earthshaker. You have to jump. You gotta slam. And here we go. Aegis still online for Fnatic. And the instant jump.
Oh, straight in with the Echo, looking to make the lockdown happen. Onto the Lion, onto the Quap. 2 down. Buyback straight away from Cuckoo. But they're losing hero after hero, TNC. Fnatic just in place to take a second set of reps. And with 2 down, no buyback. Abed jumping in, holding the back with the Dream Coil, the Boulder Smash, and silenced onto 2. Just playing around with TNC. Envy just moving in deep, chasing Raven back to the base. Raven, homing missile comes through. Abed jumps in with a nuke damage. And TNC with 4 heroes down. This is almost certainly game over. They'll manage to pop the Aegis on Envy. But what does it matter at this stage? They're so far ahead.
Oh, even Ags kicks Cuckoo out of the base from DJ.
PG well played. It's all over. It looked like TNC for the most part had a chance, but that Roshan that they lost and then the botched fight afterwards just led to disaster as they just couldn't pick it back up after that.
Yeah, I think there's just too much overbearing team fight on the side of Fnatic for TNC to handle. Like they have this very early, like the early game draft with the Undying in the line. They have to come out more of ahead in the lanes, and they didn't. Cuckoo got killed, I think, what, 3 times in the laning phase? 2 or 3 times by that Earth Spirit puck combo with the Dream Coil. Silence picked up from DJ, and then from there, it just seemed like it was just a farm game, which inevitably Fnatic, with their lineup, with their Fatal Bonds combo on top of all these gigantic ultimates, it just looked like TNC could never take a really good fight versus that. The one time they did take a fight, it's because Envy couldn't get the BKB off, and yeah, it's rough.
Rough times for TNC. Good times for Fnatic though. They're looking hot with Abed. Abed again having a fantastic performance on his puck.
Yeah, he ended what, 10-2 and 13?
10-2 and 13, pretty damn good from Abed.
Him and DJ had just so much control in the team fights.
This Fnatic lineup is just looking, it's looking so much better than it was before. The way that they can play around Abed, he's doing some great stuff for the Fnatic roster. But yeah, that is it for game 1. It ends 2-0. Fnatic move forward, and TNC will be seeing them again later today. They'll be playing the last series.
That was game 2. Series 1, you mean?
I'm so confused.
That was game 2. Series 1 is over now.
What did I say?
You said game 1.
I said game 1's over.
Yeah.
Oh, this is game 2. we've done it. We made it for 2 games. Game 2 is over. Fnatic, they've won the series 2-0. We're going to bring the panel back in. Panel, did you guys say Fnatic this time around? I can't remember.
We were split.
Oh.
It was 2-1 in favor of Fnatic, but still fairly close. But I guess the problem was the same one as their game before that. It's just TNC not knowing when to act, making the wrong decisions time-wise. So, but thank you for that, you guys. And yeah, TNC, they lose this game. We talked before this that they had to play a fast game. They have an Undying. They need to play a fast game, and they didn't, Lumi.
I think what happened was that Fnatic was able to get too many picks. Because if you look at the crux of the strategy from the other side is get some items, get some levels, group up and push. But every time that Fnatic is going to assassinate one of your heroes in the jungle, that delays the push by a little bit. And then that allow Envy to just go PvE in the jungle.
Yeah.
And I think this game and also last game just showcase how efficient the Fnatic team or any, I guess, Eternal Envy-based team would be if you give them the time and space.
I think one of the keys here is how much Fnatic prioritizes Abed's lane.
Yes.
In game 1, you saw Pylai die. He just sat on Cuckoo's Hill for like 5 minutes. This game, Abed gets a little behind, but immediately DJ comes in and rolls to continually gank the Queen of Pain. And I think this is like a drastic difference between what we saw between, I guess, this last iteration of DC and now, is where you have to enable him. You have to make sure that he can take over the game. And that's what I like here.
They enable him, then they also take pressure off of him.
Yes.
As you said earlier, that they put so much pressure on Abed, or DC did in the past. So, free game for Abed as well as Fnatic. Looking pretty good here.
Yeah. It's still both games very slow paced though.
Yeah.
I think there was definitely a window for TNC to actually win that game and come back by, I guess, getting better vision or anticipating Fnatic's moves a little better. I mean, that's obviously easier said than done. But that Roshan fight where they decided to contest when their pit lord was dead, that was very strange.
This is a bad decision overall. Hello, Envy.
Hello.
Hey, congratulations on your series.
Thank you.
Hey, I want to ask, obviously you recently added Abed to your roster. Can you tell me a little bit about how things are going, how things are developing for you and your team?
Well, it's still a very new team. Like, we didn't have the chance to scrim too much because we came back from Dota Pit where we didn't have Abed, and then we had to immediately play with massive jet lag the next day. And since then, we've just been trying to recover from the jet lag. Like, we have only played like 10 scrims probably. So, like, we're still trying to get our group going.
No, it's looking good. I mean, there's already a lot of good results there. Qualifying last week for Summit. Obviously, the big one there, and doing well here as well. So on the right track.
Hey, Jackie. When I talked to you in Malaysia, you said that you wanted to play like No-Tail. You want to play more of the supportive carry role, but it seems like this patch and your 2 games today, you kind of took the hardcore farming role. So how are you and Abed are splitting that farm up?
Well, the last patch was kind of like the carry was like the offlane. Like, that's why all these carry players are getting heavily flamed. So like that's how the role is. Whereas like in this patch, the safe lane is it's quite safe. It's quite nice here. You know, it's quite nice and cozy in the safe lane. It's amazing. I get like very last hits. You know, like I mean this game we went off lane, but regardless we just block with Shaker, and then it's basically our safe lane. And yeah, it's nice. You get to farm more in this patch. So this patch I don't want to do that if I can.
How does the I guess the communication and the leadership change with this team? You have, I guess, a number of veterans on your team with Ohio, yourself, and Pi. Like, how does, I guess, the communication work here?
Well, everyone always has to communicate what they see for themselves, since like it's impossible for, like, let's say your gyrocopter to see what your puck is seeing. Like, let's say puck cuts a wave, he needs to communicate that he cuts a wave. And so generally everyone is always constantly talking like a machine. As for like a big call, like let's say we do smokes or for Roshan and stuff, generally those will be my calls. And then when it comes to like pickoff calls, it's gonna be like Pi/Ohio. And DJ also makes a lot of calls. Like I bet usually doesn't make any calls unless it's involving his hero directly.
So for example, this previous game when Abed was mid on the puck when he needed some help, is that DJ making the decision to come and help him, or is that Abed asking for help?
I mean, for something like that, it was like a pre-game decision, to be honest.
Okay.
We actually slacked off a bit too much, and like we made some shitty rotation bottom, and then Abed actually died to a level 7 queen when he was level 10. Like the line went in and hexed him and fingered him. I'm not sure if you guys know, if you guys remember. But like we actually messed up because we should definitely snowball the puck a bit harder this game, and the game would have been more of a breeze. But they were able to get a really high level kill on our puck. It sets us back quite a bit.
All right. Well, thank you, Envy, for taking the time to talk to us. Tomorrow you'll have the winners bracket finals against HappyFeet or Mineski. How do you feel like that matchup, which is our next matchup, is going to go down?
I mean, I think Mineski is gonna win most likely. Like HappyFeet, dude. Like, I love playing HappyFeet are like gods. Like I love the HappyFeet gods, honestly. Like, but recently they have been struggling quite hard.
Okay.
So yeah, but usually Mineski just beats everyone, so it's probably gonna stay the same way.
Okay, well, we're gonna look forward to seeing you play against whoever wins in just a moment. Thank you, and have a good Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye. That was Eternal Envy from Fnatic. Very talkative about him and his team. It was very fun to hear, actually.
That's good. I
Yeah?
like it a lot. Gave us a lot of information, insight for his team.
Yeah. We can also take a look at the brackets. As you heard, there's going to be more games today. There's going to be more games tomorrow. A lot of Southeast Asian Dota coming your way. With up next, Mineski versus HappyFeet. And then later today, we are going to see TNC again in the lower bracket to whoever loses the next series. And then tomorrow we'll continue with the rest. But Mineski versus HappyFeet is our next matchup. Mineski on paper is the strongest Southeast Asian team. There's nothing else to say about that. But HappyFeet did qualify for the previous major, and who knows, maybe they can do this again.
HappyFeet is known as Sea Slayers, at least in scrims.
Okay.
For whatever reason, they just get the better number of other C teams in scrims, but in actual official results, they haven't been able to replicate it. But regardless, they should be able to do fine. Although I'm still personally expecting a Mineski too.
Yeah, what about you, Charlie?
I am as well. I mean, it's hard to argue against history,
Yeah.
right? Mineski has international LAN experience. HappyFeet doesn't really. So.
No. So we are already kind of having our thoughts about it. But we're going to talk more about that after a break. So we'll be right back with our second series of the day, which is Mineski versus HappyFeet.
Get the alpha, be the alpha.
The battle begins.
Rampage.
Dire victory.
With the Strafe Esports app, follow your favorite teams and players,
and you'll never miss a match again. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.
You'll be my
Welcome back to ROG DreamLeague Season 8. We already have 7 teams going to the major. We need an 8th. We need the last team, a Southeast Asian team to be exact, and that's what we're doing. We're having qualifiers. There's 4 teams, and we already have 1 team in the upper bracket, and that is Fnatic. They just 2-0'd TNC. 1 team will join them there, and that's going to be either Mineski or HappyFeet. That is the matchup we have coming at you right now. It's a best of 3. Loser will play later today against TNC, and winner will move forward to the winners bracket finals tomorrow morning. And here with me are Charlie and Lumi. We are going to talk about Mineski and HappyFeet. Because Mineski is undoubtedly the favorite coming into this one. They have international performance, as you just said, Charlie. They have been looking really good. They play a very fast-paced game. Actually, Lumi, question for you. The pace of game we saw in the previous series, is that anything like the pace we're going to see in the next series, you think?
Not if Mineski have their way. They are going to rush at you. It's a very control rush. It's not like a divide and then we die, but very careful, very planned. That's what makes them good, because they'll get you when you're not